Hi, everyone. On this important day, Kleefstra Syndrome Awareness Day, I'm pleased to announce some huge news. It's important to note that 2 years ago today, in the midst of the COVID pandemic, we launched IDefine. The past 2 years have been full of incredible progress in the face of he won'ts, she can'ts, or this has never been done before. We are here on the shoulders of others. IDefine has been built from the learnings of other rare disease groups and as a result of the efforts of several within our own community. We are so appreciative of you who have reached out and taken action through getting involved with our effort. From our communications team to those who helped build and execute the conference and everyone in between, your efforts are impactful and appreciated. Days like today are opportunities for reflection on the journey we've been on to help frame up where we're going. Where we have been in just 2 short years is extraordinary. Our theme of empowerment this year is evident through our work on our 3 organizational pillars of community, coordinated care, and research. When we launched on this day in 2020, we fundraised to launch the Kleefstra Clinic at Boston Children's Hospital, which has been an incredibly impactful, centralized location for families to visit and for clinicians to not only further understand Kleefstra syndrome, but to be able to advise families on the journey forward. This has been a wonderful improvement in the clinical care of our loved ones. We have empowered the community through several ways. We've held webinars across the globe. This past summer, we convened in person for the first time as an organization and the first time as a community since 2018. Most recently, we have launched a worldwide map to better understand how many of us there are and how close we are to one another to foster the ability to connect locally and regionally. And last but not least, we continue to march towards a breakthrough to help bring a life-changing treatment to our loved ones. Our scientific advisory board is top-notch, world-renowned experts and reputable scientists, both in the area of Kleefstra syndrome specifically, but also in particular therapeutic pathways. I am thrilled to announce that we recently signed a contract to develop iPSCs, cell line models that have been created with Kleefstra syndrome for which we could use to test a potential therapeutic on. Those of you might remember last year, Rican said, a cure in the future is a real possibility. These iPSCs, coupled with the existing mice models, help us determine effectiveness of a potential treatment as well as safety prior to going into human clinical trials. Additionally, we're in the midst of launching BEC, the Biomarker and Endpoint Consortium for Kleefstra syndrome. This effort will help us identify clinically meaningful outcomes for a potential clinical trial. What does our community consider a better quality of life for our loved ones? How can we help them reach their potential? This is where our data collection partnerships and efforts come in and where you have the power to contribute. These successes would not have been possible without the fundraising efforts of so many. From coffee to Kleefstra, to the Marco Island Academy, Facebook fundraisers, Giving Tuesday efforts, Rise Above, walk and runs, auctions, golf tournaments, and Southern Roots. Every little bit matters. We have truly done some amazing work over the past 2 years, and there's so much more to be done. We have new families being diagnosed every week, and I'm working my hardest to touch base with each of them to introduce them into this beautiful community and effort we are building. We have new projects identified that we're on the cusp of pursuing, projects that can bring us closer to our goal of bringing a life-changing treatment to our loved ones. But we need you. We have new challenges every day that we are working to overcome as both parents and as shepherds of this effort. We have heard of a lack of prevalence of this condition. We are small, we are mighty, and we are growing every day. I would encourage you to lean into this effort. Regardless of your schooling or training, you have the potential to help champion our effort because you have the motivation to support your loved one. Through your time and energy or through a financial contribution, we need you. Our kids need you. 2 years in, and if necessary, a lifetime to go. We will not stop. We can do this, but we need your help. Thank you to our parents who have contributed to this effort. Thank you to the many volunteers, and thank you to our donors who have contributed in order for us to build a brighter future. Today, we celebrate our journey and lift up our loved ones to be seen by the world. Thank you all, and happy Kleefstra Syndrome Awareness Day.